afternoon, ladies, and happy Friday. Thank you for joining me again today. And this episode's title is about miracle making. In my last episode, I talked about the presence and dropped a few lines of I am statements we can affirm that will bring us alive to serve the world. We can express our magnificence beyond the roles we play, to assert our essence as divine beings, limitless as we walk this earth. And it goes like this, and I changed it a little bit. We are all that is unknown. We are in the drops of the tear. We are in the grain of sand. We are in the seer. We are seen. We are in the unborn and in the undying. We are the ones born. We are the ones who die. We are beyond time, yet we are found in time. We are totality. We are the sun, the moon, and the stars. Infinity, we are. Eternity, we are. Immortality, we are. Now we can replace it with I am and to personalize it to ourselves. I also talked about miracles happening in my life and how awesome they felt. Just pure jaw-dropping awesomeness. When we are tuned to the field of miracles, we see how the divine intervenes in our daily challenges and struggles. If we could just move out of our own way. I recently was reading the I AM Discourses by Godfrey Ray King, and I've read it many times periodically. And one affirmation stood out to me, probably because I needed a miracle to happen that day to enable me to shift to the reality desired. And it says, I am the miracle, and I am the presence compelling its manifestation through divine love, wisdom, and power. Unquote. Upon reflection, I realized that the manifestation of that miracle and miracles do happen when we are able to hold state for the improbable. We often look at something outside of ourselves to come and bring us things we desire. This affirmation, though, tells us that we are it. We compel its occurrence through divine love, wisdom, and power. When I work with clients, one book that I have consistently suggested is The God in You by Robert Collier. You must know that I love reading books published in the early 1900s because they teach us a different strand of truth about our inner powers. You can check out Neville Goddard, Wallace Wattles, Charles Fillmore, Emily Cady's Lessons in Truth, and many more. I believe we must put ourselves in the field for the manifestation to occur. This means that firstly, we must drop all the undesirable relationships and situations that hold us back, that keep us small. If you have been praying and you have tried so many different approaches to no avail, please recenter yourself and start over with new energy. We are energy, and the scriptures tell us that we are made in the image of God, which means that we have the same flux out of which God created the world. We are here to co-create with God. To achieve this, we must have faith that has no limits. And here are some steps that I think we can incorporate in our practice. The word. Do you have a clear, distinct image of what we want? Do we have a clear, distinct image of what we want? We should use the image of something that exists as a guide, but we must build our own. Remember the virgin birth. Number 2, our spirit. We must allow our spirit to move into that improbable space and fill the mold. Number 3, we must believe. Our desires has to move from an energetic form to matter, to substance. We have to believe it is ours, and any doubts that form during that period of condensation dissolves the mold into nothing. And we must create channels of expansion. The universe expands and creates something new out of a single word. We cannot stand still. We cannot continue to choose to play it safe. Collier notes, with us ordinary mortals, however, sooner or later comes a crisis in our affairs, and how we meet it determines our future happiness and success. Since the beginning of time, every form of life has been called upon to such crisis. So the goal of life has always been dominion, a means of overcoming. He goes on to say, don't bargain with life for a penny. Ask for something worth putting the universe to work for. Ask for it, demand it, then stick to that demand with persistence and determination until the whole God mind has to bestir itself to give you what you want. The purpose of life from the beginning has been dominion. Dominion over every adverse circumstance. And through this part of dominion, his nerve cell in the mind of God and his ability through it to get whatever action he may persistently demand, man has dominion over everything. You may say or think that you have tried many things and it has not worked. True. There are many programs out there that purpose to give us solutions. But from my experience, the only true pathway for success is our relationship with the divine. Jesus showed the disciples to cast a new net, even after they had tried for hours when they went fishing. When they cast the new net, it was so full of fish they could barely lift it on board the boat. We must cultivate that relationship so we get to the place of serene faith. Know that there is only one mind, that this God mind is working for the good of all, that this God mind is happy to resolve any desires we have. One solid practice I have and recommend, and taking inspired action towards co-creation, is to make a covenant with the Holy Spirit. I know it is old-fashioned, but it works miracles. Covenant with the Holy Spirit for your life, for health, strength, support, defense, perfect thinking, right speech, right action, and for your joyous song of life. Remember always, you are a woman of power and grace, and you are the miracle and the presence, compelling its manifestation through divine love, wisdom, and power. If you'd like to know how to set up a covenant, please drop me a line. I appreciate you sharing our podcast with friends and family. And I want to add one more affirmation to this. Say this with me. And every morning I will say, there is something happy on the way. And God sends love to me. God is the light of my life, the source of my knowledge and inspiration. God, in the midst of me, knows. He provides me with food for my thoughts, ideas for excellent service, clear perception, divine intelligence. And every morning I will say, there is something happy on the way. And God sends love to me. God is the light of my life, the source of my knowledge and inspiration. God in the midst of me knows. He provides me with food for my thoughts, ideas for excellent service, clear perception, divine intelligence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you in a couple of weeks. And I hope that what we've discussed today helps you in some shape or form. As the year comes to a close, that we all will state the clear affirmation and assert our presence that we are the miracle and we are the presence compelling its manifestation through divine love, wisdom, and power. Thanks again. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.